Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here. Welcome back to another Blue Archive video. So Nexon just dropped the roadmap. If you guys are not aware, we talked about that during my stream the other day. Plenty of updates coming right now. So the best time to start Blue Archive is actually right now because the 100 free pulls is coming literally next week. Alright, so this is not going to be something that we can wait even further. 30th of January is when we will be getting the free recruit campaign. That's going to be something to basically talk a little bit about. So if you are looking to start Blue Archive, basically right now is the best time because you don't want to wait until next week. You want to stack up as many pulls as you can, as many free pulls. The 6% banner is literally coming on 8th of February. So that's going to make a lot of differences between you starting now versus next week. I do think that it's going to be much more safer if you start right now. Especially Swimsuit Hiroko's banner is available and she is pretty much a meta character that everyone will be able to obtain. So let's talk about how's the approach, what should you be doing from this month, from now until February, because this roadmap pretty much confirms every single thing. We are following JP schedule exactly 1-to-1. Now first things first, if you log in right now, you can also try to attempt the event. Alright, so the current event is going to give you an ability to farm a welfare character. So if you guys are not aware, Blue Archive has welfare characters that you can try to obtain. So the current one is going to be for this particular character called Swimsuit Ayane. So Swimsuit Ayane is going to be a very interesting character. She is one of the stronger, I would say, welfare for a lot of players starting out. Now you can only obtain Swimsuit Ayane from this particular event. So if you miss out on this event, you pretty much miss out on her. So she basically forms a helicopter that does attacks as follows. And then her sub skill, I love this a lot, increase everybody's crit damage on the team by, up to 16 or 17.3% I believe at level 10, right? So that's something to keep in mind. I will be able to obtain more copies of her, get her up to 5-star hopefully in this particular event. That's going to be my goal. You ideally want to try to do that. She is going to be actually pretty good for a new player. Alright, she's going to be a very good starter character, especially if you're lacking in the special type. She definitely helps out a lot. Now let's talk about the roadmap. How do you want to approach all of these characters, right? So as you can see right now, we are on January part 2 and we have Swimsuit Hiroko banner going on right now. Now should you pull for her? I've already talked. I feel like most players is better to skip her because she is not limited. Immediately after Swimsuit Hiroko banner ends, January part 3, this is where you'll be getting Swimsuit Ui, Swimsuit Hinata, and you'll be getting a free Swimsuit Koharu from the event as well. Very cool, another welfare character. So this is all happening on 30th of January. And you can see this is where they're also having the free recruitment campaign. And by logging in during this period, you're also going to get 1,200 pyroxenes. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. 100 free pulls right here. Now for veteran players, if you have been saving, who should you pull right here in this banner? If you can basically choose 1 or 2. Remember, you're going to get 100 free pulls. So that means if you want to try to go for PT, you will need to top up yourself another 100 free pulls. Actually, you get 110, right? 100 plus another 1,200 pyroxenes. So you need to basically top up 90, pulls on your own. So let's talk a little bit more about their skills. Between all of these characters, Swimsuit Ui, right here you can see, she's going to be the more meta character out of the two. Now the reason why is because she's very unique. She moves 4 allies within a circular area to her position. And then she's going to do something very unique. Adds up to 70.1% penetration efficiency for 45 seconds. Now penetration efficiency meaning that your penetration characters are going to do more damage. So she is going to be pretty much meta for a lot of penetration boss moving forward, which is very cool. Alright, so as you can see, she does this clue concept or mechanic. So when you obtain 3 clues, you're also going to add more penetration efficiency to all striker allies for 30 seconds. And then you're going to be able to consume clues, increase attack for the passive skill, and sub skill is when other allies use 2 EX skills. She will be able to increase attack by 43% and then acquire 1 clue. So every time, this is going to be able to stack easily, especially with low cost uniques. The clue is something that you can obtain easily. So she is a very strong character. Meta wise, she's probably the better one between the two. Now let's talk about Swimsuit Hinata. Swimsuit Hinata is the character right here, as you can see. Obviously, I do think that she is the other character that perhaps you could let go if you can only pick one, sadly, right? Not everyone will be able to PT for both. But you can see she is going to be a damage dealer. She is a special type as well. Light type damage dealer, explosive, deals 900% damage to enemies within a circular range around self, and this particular attack will be able to ignore up to 80% of enemies' defense. Now, as far as I know, she's not really used much in the JP server. Alright, it's not that she's bad. I do think that maybe there's a lot of other replacements for every other character out there. Every 40 seconds, she throws a water balloon to deal 164% to one enemy, and this attack also ignores defense. She also increased her own attack and increased attack of all allies by 17.3%. Now, both of these characters are limited. Alright, both Swimsuit Hinata, they are both limited. So this is going to be the order of how it is. Alright, so remember Swimsuit Swimsuit Hinata, limited, and then right after them we have Swimsuit Hanako. Now Swimsuit Hanako is going to be the one where this is the 6% banner. This is where it happens. Alright, so you can see 8th of February. Now this is very tight for a lot of players. If you're pulling right here, then you're going to miss out on the 6% banner. Now Swimsuit Hanako, probably the banner is going to be more important for a lot of players. Ideally, I do recommend if you can only pick one, she is going to be the banner to pull for. If you can afford both of these banners, sure. Alright, keep in mind to PT is going to be 24,000 pyroxenes. Maybe if you're 24,000 pyroxenes, and then you can have a little bit more, another 12,000 here on your own to be able to PT both, that could be something that you can try. She is 6% banner, and also in her banner, you will be able to obtain a bunch of other characters, alright, including Mika, Swimsuit Hoshino, and also Wakamo. Alright, so here's the thing. If you look at the JP banner right here, right, she does appear alongside with Wakamo. They did rerun Wakamo. So most likely you will be able to spark either one of these. If you don't have Wakamo, you have a chance to basically spark the other one. So if you obtain her in PT or such. But this banner is going to be the best one to pull for new players. 6% banner is just insane. However, there's no free pulls given right here. Alright, notice the free pulls is during this particular banner, the 100 free pulls. It's not during this banner, which is why you want to start early as soon as this week. Start saving as much as you can, because that's how it is, right? You want to benefit from the 6% banner. If you start right here, it's going to be too late. You won't be able to save up much. So my advice is start right now as soon as you can. Now, Swimsuit Hanako, she is obviously going to be meta similar to Mika. She is going to be a very strong character. As you can see, she's one of the few Sonic type characters in terms of damage type. Very unique element altogether. So if you are lacking in Sonic type, which most of us are in global, she's going to be the best character. So she has a very unique concept, alright? She does up to 600% damage to enemies in the fan shape area, and if water gauge is 1 or more, the EX skill card remains in hand. Subtract 1 water gauge charge. So what does it mean by the EX skill gauge or card remains in hand? That means it doesn't cycle away. It stays there in the particular skill. You are able to use it again and again. So every 30 seconds, she will be able to deal some damage to the enemies in circular area, and also decrease defense by 20%. Increase attack and critical damage as well. And also her sub skill basically charges the water gauge by 40% when other ally uses an EX skill. So as you can see, kind of similar to Swimsuit, right? The mechanic is like when other ally use EX skills, it basically charge up. In this case, it gives her clue, but for Hanako, it gives her 40% of water gauge, and once you reach 100% charge, increase attack by up to 38%, and the water gauge can hold up to 2 full charges. So remember, this also synergizes with her own EX skill, which is very efficient and cheap to use. 2 costs for 600% multiplier. Very good actually. She's going to be able to do a lot of damage. Insane amount of damage right there. So obviously, if you have pulls, this banner is going to be where it's at, alright? So I would recommend this particular one, Swimsuit Hanako. Now as for this particular one, you do have 100 free pulls here. You probably don't need to top up on your own, or you probably don't need to pull here. If you can only choose one, it's going to be the Swimsuit Hanako banner, where you can basically try to get her, try to get Swimsuit Hoshino, try to get Mika. Those are the meta characters. Now right after that, alright, you can see based upon the roadmap, on February 1st, we will have Swimsuit Mori. Alright, so Swimsuit Mori, she is probably going to get skipped by a lot of players. I do love her L2D. Very cool, interesting design. However, once you have gone in all the way in the other 2 banners, you probably won't have any pyroxenes left. But let's say you do, how strong is she compared to everyone else? She's going to be much more of a mystic support, as you can see, special type. She is an attack speed buffer, alright, she deploys the cover, increase attack speed of everyone in the circular area by 31%. Also, this cover is going to inherit up to 94% of her HP. She also grants a shield to one ally with the lowest HP, alright? And her sub-skill increased attack speed of everyone by 17.3%. Very interesting support, attack speed buff in that sense, but if you already have Hot Spring Shinatsu and a few others that can buff attack speed, you probably don't really need this as much. Although the ability to basically deploy a cover is interesting. There's also other characters that can do that. For example, the regular Shizuko, right? I believe she also does something similar. Shizuko can also basically make a cover, alright? But this one only for one particular ally. But still, you don't really need that as far as I know. In most cases, you're probably not going to be able to benefit from it as much. Now, I do think that she should be the one that you want to skip if you can only pull for limited characters. I would highly recommend Swimsuit Hanako. That's my advice. So yeah, hopefully with this video you guys are aware it's going to be a very busy week for Blue Archive, especially if you are looking to play the game. There's no better time to start than right now. So with that being said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. And for the veteran players out there, are you guys ready for the next 6% banner? Subscribe, give this video a like. Have a nice day. Goodbye.